Hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here today. So today I'm going to talk about you can't enjoy personal satisfaction if you've adopted the label of victim. So many people today are practically addicted to being a victim. I see some people, not a lot, but I see some people on my team that really struggle with this, and I feel so bad that I can't do anything for them. It's something I guess it has to come from within because I have not been able to help them. But hey, having that victim mentality means you blame your challenges in life on others around you, even if you can't prove their negative actions. Or you might blame many other things, or you might blame things on circumstances, which you always see as unfair. And, things always happen to you, right? But bad things can happen in life. I mean, you might be a victim of a crime, such as a fraud, or heaven forbid, maybe you were even attacked or sexually assaulted or something. I mean, you are a victim, right? In those cases, you have every right to feel that things are out of your control because they were. You were a victim. And any thought that that's somehow your fault or you're responsible for that is wrong, right? That's not your fault. That's something that happened. And you are a victim, right? These types of things happen and they weren't your fault. And it's also perfectly normal to feel sorry for yourself every once in a while or feel powerless in the face of a big challenge, like if someone dies or if you're going through a divorce. I mean, it's perfectly normal to feel like you're powerless or even feel like you're a victim when you're going through something like that. Hi, Caroline. Good to see you. So a healthy person, though, on the other hand, recognizes that beyond those kinds of things, beyond those bad occurrences that really do happen, many things in life happen because of the choices they themselves made, and they have the power to choose differently. And they understand that when misfortune does happen, it's nothing to do with personal value or deserving or not deserving. And so to some extent, we're all victims at some times in our lives, right? But sometimes a person will get caught up in a victim mentality. They get hung up on these three beliefs that bad things happen and will keep happening, or that other people or circumstances are to blame, or that any efforts that they do to create change will fail. So there's really no point in trying. So that's what being a victim, like living in victimhood or being in a victim mentality is that those people that are stuck in that mentality, that's what they're believing. And, no one really consciously chooses to be a victim, right? No, it's like nobody woke up in the morning and said, I'm going to be a victim today. No, it's more that it's something we fall into, right? And we fall into it because sometimes, maybe even subconsciously at some point in our lives, we learn that it worked to get us what we wanted at that time. But that doesn't mean it's good for us. In fact, living in a victim mentality can hurt our chances of finding success or even finding personal satisfaction. Everyone seems to have their own little story about why they're not successful, whether it be that the system is against them or that other people are holding them back, but they never do anything to change it. Instead, they just give out those excuses. Oh, I can't do it because the system's against me, right? Or if they can't find a job, or if they're in a direct sales business like me with Avon, they'll blame it on something else. Like, well, their boss has it out for them, and so they can't be successful in their job or in their Avon business or even in any other direct sales or any other business that they're in. There's too much competition in their area. Nobody wants a book. There's all kinds of excuses that people will give out, right? They're always the victim and never the culprit, and so others feel inclined to take pity on them. Caroline, you're absolutely right. It's a choice. David, hello. How are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. Hope you are well. Thanks for being here. So, hey, people that are struggling with this, they're always the victims. It's never their fault. And so people do take pity on them for a while. But in reality, they themselves are usually the cause of all their own problems, mostly because they're being stuck in this mindset, right? If you're one of those people that always blames their problems on other people or things around them, you're never going to truly live a happy life until you get out of this mindset. If you think like this, you're not going to have any drive to change anything in your life for the better, because you'll automatically assume it's out of your control. You can't make your dreams a reality if you think that you're being held back by all of these imaginary forces, and even worse, giving into them. So we got more people coming in. David, yes, he's giving me a thumbs up. Florence, hi, welcome. So by always assuming that role of being a victim, you'll just let everything happen around you while you make no progress. You're just going to assume, well, there's nothing I can do, so woe is me. I guess I won't be successful, right? But to stop living in this mindset, you have to realize that there are people who are in much worse conditions who don't think they're victims. There's people that deal with a lot worse than what you have, and they manage to be successful. There's people out there who live in a first world country like the United States with plenty of access to food, water, shelter, and jobs. And yes, I know the unemployment's really high right now, but there are jobs for those that want them bad enough, and who think the whole world is against them. And at the same time, there's people who were born and raised in war zones and have no access to clean water and have no shelter. And they still have hope that they can be somewhat successful and happy in life. Gosh, one of my favorite shows, Richard and I love, is America's Got Talent. And sometimes they get people on their show, like from the slums in India, who scrapped their way up and made it to the United States to be on that show. And they're just amazing. And so, you know what? There's just excuses are exactly that. They're excuses. So realize your potential, count your blessings, and stop acting like you can't accomplish anything. Once you finally come to the realization that there really aren't cards stacked against you, you can finally start beginning to work towards your dreams and finding your happiness. And you won't be hampered by the thought that people are working against you, so there's no point in trying. Instead, you'll see that you and you alone can carve out whatever path you want as long as you're willing to put in the time and effort. And if you believe you can accomplish your goals and that there's nobody holding you back, you can, and you will. You will. And I can't wait to see what you do. So now I'd love to hear from you. Do you sometimes feel like a victim? Actually, you know what? Actually, I'm guessing probably if you're watching my live right now, you probably are at least working on this and you're getting better every day, and you're probably not a perpetual victim. But hey, the ones that really need it are likely not watching my live, right? But we all feel like that sometimes. So what kinds of things help you to let go of that feeling of feeling like a victim and help you to move forward towards your dreams and goals? Please get down in the comments and share with us. I would love to hear your stories. And let's see, Caroline says, if an effort is made to do X and X doesn't happen, you haven't lost anything. Worst thing that happens is that life stays the same. Boom. Exactly, Caroline. Yes, exactly. And it's just a matter of whatever is in your way and holding you back, you find a way around it or over it or through it or whatever. But you don't just say, oh, woe is me. Life is rough, right? So, hey, you guys, thanks for being live with me today. I really appreciate you. I have all kinds of people live. Caroline, David, Florence. Thank you for being live with me, and anyone else who maybe didn't comment, and anyone who's watching the replay, I appreciate you. So have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.